Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good moment to you whenever you are and wherever you are on this sweet, wild, sacred earth. I'm Julie Ling, and this is the Voice of Wonder. Thank you for joining me. I am so delighted and happy that you are here. And you know, when I began this, when I said that, it was like speaking into a vacuum. And now I can feel you. I'm speaking to you, to your heart. May your heart open a little bit more to receive the energy that flows through these words, through this voice. Today, may it be the voice of wonder, the voice of love, the voice of peace. As you settle into this moment and into this body, the only one that's for you, designed especially for you, perfect for what you're here to do and bring and offer. And whatever it is your heart calls you to, this is, I think, the 52nd or 53rd day in a row I've shown up to do one of these meditations and offer it. And as a friend of mine said to me, if you can do this, I can do this other thing that's calling me. May that be so for you too. And I double dog dare you to give it a go. So as you settle in, let the flute open your heart and let it bring you a little further, settling a little further, like dust that's been gathered up, settle softly back to ground, but doesn't make you sneeze. Feeling yourself as you settle, not dust, but like stardust. Stardust, because that's what this body is made of. That's what your spirit is made of. And the one joins the other. Let whatever energy has been up here, welcome it into this body, into this field that you're in, into the grace of who you are. May you be fully present and settle in your belly and into the singing bowl of your hips and letting yourself move a little bit like the most comfortable, easy chair you ever sat in. And feeling anything that isn't of this moment, that's static, just flowing through you, down through your hips, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your feet, and into the earth, where it's grounded and received like compost. Letting it go. Breathing in fresh new energy, and with each breath out, letting go what no longer serves you. And if coughs come up, releasing whatever's in them to be released. Just settling in. And as you settle in, noticing how your body feels, and noticing what thoughts are present, What's alive in you? And are the thoughts of something that you don't want? Are you practicing what you don't want again? I do it all the time. And I recommend catching one thing at a time and reframing it into what would you love? And if you've been really focused on what you don't want for a long time and whatever this thing is that's coming up, sometimes the trick is to be able to even imagine what you'd love instead. How would it look? How would it feel? What would it look like, feel like, sound like, smell like, taste like? How would you feel in your body? And sometimes the only way to find it is by really leaning into how it feels having what you don't want or worrying about it, which is practicing it. And that's the end of the arrow. And it may be that it feels really tight. So what you'd love is going to feel relaxed. It may be you feel pain. And so perhaps the other side, the pointing side of that arrow to where you want to go, to the universe's desires for you, to what you imagine, is feeling pleasure, feeling delight. If this thing that you haven't wanted and have gotten feels, what was the thing I was just seeing? Tight, then what you love feels easy. If the person is, maybe it's someone who said unkind things, what kind things would they say? Just spend a few moments and lean in to what that might be. And imagine what you'd love, even if that's not what's come up for what came up originally, something you wish someone would say to you. You've maybe longed for them to say to you. Imagine them saying it now. Not to change them, not to make them say it. This is dropping the hands that push, imagining it for the pleasure of it, for the ease of it. Sorry, those are those beads from the Amazon clinking together. They must have some message for us. Imagining them saying it and feeling how you feel, finally hearing it. And they're not giving lip service, they mean it. They're looking you in the eye. They're looking you in the soul. They're looking into your heart and saying this thing that you've dreamed of hearing. Can you receive it? Can you let it in? Can you feel that softness, that ease, that pleasure, that sense of love or warmth or being seen, finally feeling gotten by this person you've wanted it from for so long? Maybe it opens you like a flower. Maybe it opens you like a present. Maybe it opens them. I'm pretty sure it opens something. How does that feel? Is it like the ribbon being untied from a package? Is it like a peony just beginning to open petals? What's it like? Is it like the sun finally coming up out of a long dark night? Lean in and feel how this feels. This thing you've been longing to hear. it in your body? How does your body soften and open? Where do you feel it? Does it land in your heart? Does it open your throat? Does it rest in your belly so that you feel safer in this body and on this planet? Where is it in you? Does it light up your face? Does it light up your heart? Do you feel stars in your eyes? How does it light them up? How does it soften them? Do you feel a connection that you haven't felt, or a deeper one that you've longed for? And it might even be somebody that you don't like that much, and yet they matter enough for you to have longed for this thing to be said. How do they soften in saying it? How does it open a connection between you? Like, I feel it like an infinity loop between your hearts. Can you drink that in? Feel how this feels, how it feels in your body, how it opens and warms you, and how it opens and warms them. Maybe all this time you've wanted them to say this thing to you for you. What if it would be a gift for them to say it, and you can rest in the imagining of it as a gift for you both? Who knows? Maybe it's something they've been longing to say and didn't have the courage to. It felt too vulnerable, too risky. What if you couldn't receive it and you shut down? Imagine that. And imagine again, you're opening to receive it a little more fully, whatever this is. And notice how this feels, not just in your body, but all around you, as though the space around you has opened up. It's gotten bigger and brighter and more beautiful. It's more full of color, and the colors are brighter and richer and deeper than you ever knew them to be. Like how greens are richer on a gray day, but on a sunny day, everything's more vibrant. Like how when the sun sets, it lights up the whole sky. Like this. Drink this in, feel it. Feel it in all the ways you can. And notice there's no attachment here. This is just for the pleasure of feeling this imagined thing. And what if it is the universe's desire for you? What if it's a gift to the other person as much as it is for you? And you can imagine it as a gift to yourself and a gift to them, with no attachment to its ever coming true. Your brain, mind, body cannot tell the difference between what you imagine and what happens. So I invite you, in fact, I double dog dare you to do this again. When you think of it, or this is here on YouTube, you can watch it anytime you wish, to practice it again, for the feeling of it, for the beauty of it, for the love of it, for the verve of it, for the imagining of it, for how it drops all the resistance in you. And instead of being pushing like this, it's just like a butterfly that flies away. Beautiful. Just for that. And if there's even a tiny glimmer of it that's already happened, weave that in. And then it's even harder to tell the difference between this imagining, which is real, and maybe it appearing out there, and doing it for how it feels, just for the joy of that. So today, as you go about your day, your afternoon, your evening, or step in between into your dreams, to imagine this thing that you'd love. Either the full picture we began with, or especially this thing that you've longed for someone to say to you. You could even say it to yourself. Take it with you. Have a beautiful and blessed day. May you imagine this thing you'd love someone to say. Claim it, say it to yourself as well, just for the pleasure of it, just for the beauty of it, to change you, to shift you and how you feel, to let yourself open like a flower and bloom a little bit more, and to imagine what you'd love, to practice what you'd love in this way. That's a gift in and of itself. Whether it ever happens out there, happening in here, that's the gift. May you receive it today in any moment that it comes to you or you remember it. I'm Julie Ling, inviting you to let your heart and what you love sing. A little more brightly, a little more fully, and in Technicolor. Have a beautiful and blessed day.